Hello, Lost My Ice Cream here again, and we are going to talk about my regular army against gunline armies that are pretty strong in close combat, such as Space Marines. This time we are going to take a look at my, I think it's like, can't really remember, I can't find the correct page for it. Yeah, here we go, Eldar list number 1. It's about 1100 points, and my gun just fell off. And like I said, this is mainly for killing Space Marines or armies that are good in close combat, such as Tyranids. Without any further ado, let's take a look at the first one. The HQ, we have a force here that can be swapped out for Eldred Ultran if you have the points. And he is always good to have. I mean, he can throw 3 psych powers each turn. I've already talked about him. And he's going to be in a Dire Avenger squad. And I know that my battery is running out, dear iPhone, stop telling me. And, like I said, the X-Arc in the squad has dual guns, and I can swap him out. That's the kind of blue thing around his mid. He has Bladestorm, dual guns, and if I can, I usually give defend in case I fight Tyranids. And the main idea of this is, including the Wave Serpent in the back, that the Wave Serpent moves up about 12 inches each turn and fire on a tank or a dreadnought with a Bright Lance. It has Bright Lances, Spear Stones, and Vector Engines, as always. While Eldrad keeps Fortune and Fortune on themselves, Guide on themselves, and Doom on the target. You got about 37 shots or something like that on the Bladestorm, and usually miss around perhaps 2 shots with Guide. And then you're gonna wound them, that's about 35 wounds. And let's say that half of that wound, and of course you're gonna get to re-roll the rest. That's an incredible amount of wounds. I usually take out Terminators with that, or an entire tactical squad. That inflicts an incredible amount of damage. Always something to consider. Also next, we have a Guardian squad with a missile launcher, or a Star Cannon. I usually actually run the Star Cannon against the Space Marines, and against Tyranids I usually have something like, I think it's the Pulse Laser or the missile launcher. And the Warlock has Embolden. The other squad is exactly the same. And in the back we have 2 Warwalkers. They are the same as always, dual missile launchers and Spear Stones. Now the other Wave Serpent is exactly the same. It's actually buffed with that squad, but since they have heavy weapons you want them to stay back at all times, staying as far away as possible from the enemy. And the reason why I choose Star Cannons is that they have good range, good strength, good AP. And good AP against Space Marines. Always good to have. Now, the other Wave Serpents just supposed to go close to the Wave Serpent that these guys have and pop tanks with it, but it's also an insurance policy. What if this thing moves up and all of a sudden it gets wrecked or immobilized? These guys need to get out of there. Hey, you got another Wave Serpent. That is not using their correct unit, but heck cares. They can pick up units, it's still useful. And I think that's pretty much it to talk about for this army. And like I said, keep the Guardians in the back, keep shooting. Same thing with the Warwalkers, keep shooting. Both Wave Serpents out front. And if I face a Horde army, I usually take the X-Arc who has always Bladestorm, and if I have the points, defend. And they just hop out, Bladestorm and Hormagaunt unit, and you might be able to swap out the entire brood for dead corpses. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. So, what do you think of my let's build a army list thingy? Because I don't think this is gonna be a huge success or anything. And I don't have anything else to say. Thanks for watching.